Major today, the very latest from Hawaii. Right now, the Maui community is preparing to return to their homes for the first time after this series of vicious wildfires just tore through the island, caused so much devastation there. You can see in that video. Right now, we know 55 people are confirmed dead. Hundreds, though, are accounted for, possibly 1,000 people still missing. Thousands of homes have been destroyed. The town of Lahaina was hit the hardest by the inferno. Most of, not all of the structures in that town look like this. They're just gone. And the road to recovery, we know, will be a long one right now, just at the very start of that road. Supplies and funds from all around the world are already pouring in to try to help uplift this community during the most catastrophic event the state has ever seen. So let's bring in now Chevy Chevalier, a meteorologist from our station in Honolulu. Chevy, thank you so much for talking to us. Yesterday, we were on the phone with you. Today, we're able to see you out there. First of all, just tell us about the current situations. How much contained are the fires at this point?
Well, it seems like, thanks for having us, by the way. It seems like they have the fires at least 80% contained, which is fantastic news. The weather, for some reason, has given us a little bit of a break, finally, with the winds yesterday, today, even into tomorrow. It looks like the winds will be a lot less than they have been, that's for sure, over the last several days. That'll give them time to wrap up these fires and put out all the hot spots. But after that, of course, they are going to start letting people go back into town, into Lahaina. The governor was on our show this morning talking about that. They'll have curfews in place. I guess they're asking people, if you have trips planned to Maui, to make sure that you're checking that out to see what all the restrictions are, because I guess they're going to start using hotels for people that are homeless now to be able to use for a place to stay.
And Chevy, you mentioned there the fact that the governor, Josh Green, was in your studio this morning talking about that. We saw some video from the governor yesterday getting very emotional at the impact of the fires out there. Talk about more about what the governor had to say.
Yeah, the governor, I mean, I've known him for a while. He's in our studio a lot. And yeah, you could tell he really feels it. Everybody feels it. Just a heartbreak, right? And he talked about, because he toured the area yesterday and saw firsthand what the devastation was. And I'd say the one thing that he said that I stuck on was the people that are going to be able to go back to Lahaina later today, get ready mentally to prepare for this, because it's going to be devastation that they've never seen before in their lives, and it's going to be their homes. They don't know what they're going to go back to. And he thinks it's going to be a psychological issue instead of physical harm here coming up for people that have to go back to their homes later on today.
And Chevy, you mentioned Lahaina there, and we know that that is where the devastation right now is the greatest. The last update we heard, maybe as many as 1,000 people who are missing. Any idea on how officials are even going to be able to update that and how soon that update could come?
Well, from what I have heard, some things I've read, they haven't even gone into structures to look for anyone that may have perished in the event. They've only gotten people that were outside of the event. That's the 55. But I guess they're going to start searching structures. And as the governor said, it could go up dramatically. We could see a lot more fatalities involved in this. You mentioned 1,000 missing. I mean, where are these people? There's still people trying to connect. Now, there are connectivity issues. You know, cell phone towers have been up. This is one of the big problems. The fire swept through quickly. The winds were very high. It swept through at night when people were sleeping or went to bed early or whatever. It knocked down the cellular grid. It also may have knocked down electricity for the sirens to go off. They're still trying to dig into all of that. But there are a lot of problems as far as calling one another and seeing where family members might be.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.